So we are all assembled. We are a 5-person group Ironman group. Now it is made at the minute of 2 alts. So we'll see if they actually play. What I might do is just push through on this account and then feed supplies. Or the alts might just be able to go in AFK something as well. So as you can see, all the achievements have come up and this is going to be how we can grade it. But now we can go and move out. That is a list of my Ironman group. As you can see, 2 alts and 3 actual players as well. So we'll see how they interact. I think it's just more useful for like different storage kind of things. So yeah, so we can lock that up. We can leave now, which I just need to find out how to leave. Really surprised how many accounts have been made though. It looks as if Group Ironman really has kicked off and really is going well. So I just need to go and find the teleport. There it is on the other side of the helmet. And let's get going. So for the first couple of episodes, you'll probably just see me and the alts, and then the other 2 players, just because they're working and stuff, and they'll get involved eventually as well. But now we should actually. No, I need to go and get some armor. After we've got the armor, then we're actually going to go and voyage on. So just before we go, we get the most important thing, which is going to be our armor set. So we grab that from the stand. Competitive Ironman, let's go. Right, so we are in Lumbridge. So basically, I need to have a little bit of a plan, which I don't have. What I was thinking quite hard last night is about cash. Cash flow. Cash flow is going to cause us quite the problem on the groups. Okay, so that's 5 thieving, and basically that was like a thinking skill while I just put a plan together. So what I'm going to go do first, we're going to go do the blood pact, because I think the weapons will be quite useful and beneficial anyway to get that started. 5 thieving just means I've got some quick total levels, Parallel Device Mountains, buys and sellers, get things like cakes, just a really quick way to get a couple total levels, just to get started. Now, what I'm doing on the other account, so I'm currently running 2 accounts at the minute, so 272 and 273, but this will be the account we do most progress anyway. Now, the blood pack is good for a couple of reasons. One, it kind of gives us some semi-upgrades on the weapons. The charge bow is quite useful because it doesn't need any ammo. And again, it just gives us some basic weapons to get involved with and to use without having to spend some cash. But very much the early game, we're going to struggle on cash in my opinion, which is why I need to put a bit of a plan together. Now, ideally what we would do is out, but we're still quite far away from alking. So what I'm thinking is that this account is going to go purely down the mage route, make as much profit as possible with mage and crafting. Crafting and mage are going to go hand in hand, maybe a little bit of smithing as well. But if we did that route, that could give us a bit of a jump up in cash, and then we can move into like other things from there. So I just want a little bit of cash to get us started. Obviously we can go do the stronghold, and we probably will go do the stronghold when we're a little bit tougher. So there is the blood pack done really quick, and again it gives us 3 pretty decent weapons. So we get Reese's dual wields, we get Caitlin's staff, and Kale's bow as well, which doesn't need any ammo. There we go, blood pack completed, and it also broadcasts that as well, like that. Okay, so this is Restless Ghost completed and another quest done. I'm trying to work through the easier quests just to get there. At some point soon as well, we will hop back onto members and get some of the useful members unlocks as well. So as you can see in the chat though, what I quite like about Group Ironman is it's telling you the levels that the other people are getting. So what I've done with the 273 account is send it over to go and do some mining. Mining is quite an important skill, but also I think it will bring in a little bit of GP with selling items. We're going to Smith. This account though, we have just done all the prayer, level 9 prayer from that, which is good. And it's a good start for us as well. As you can see, the levels we've got there. So next quest I am debating doing is probably Cook's Assistant. But what I think I might do instead is actually go to Burthorpe, because what I want to do is just get a little bit of combat levels and just level ourselves up a bit. So I'm going to go and actually go and kill some cows. The reason why I'm going to do this is because it should give some starter GP through crafting items. Kind of what we're doing with the account mining now. That will smith the bronze bars, and then from the bronze bars be able to sell them to the store or do whatever we need to with them and get a little bit of GP from them as well. But Group Ironmen are everywhere. Right, so I need to bank all this. I did try and see if the Halloween event could bring us some worth or some use, but I was doing these summoning circles, and again, it might be because I'm free to play, but I thought we could get up to level 5 summoning as a minimum, but it didn't seem to give me any XP, so yeah. I only tried the summoning spots, also tried archaeology, but we need to go and do the archaeology tutorial for that as well, which is definitely something we'll go and do at some point, because again, Archaeology does have value and it is worth it. I need to change something with the combat settings as well. We do not want magic XP. No, sorry, we want magic XP. We don't want defense XP. Now, the reason we've done that is because it's going to just make training magic slower. So we want to train magic as quick as possible. So that is why we've got rid of the defensive casting. So for a little time, I'm just going to get something like 20 magic because it would just mean it's a bit easier to do stuff if we've got a decent mage level. We can just crush through some quests. A few crafting levels as well will come in handy at some point. But yeah, I'll leave it here and then we'll come back when we've basically got the magic levels and stuff. But the plan in the minute is to have this account just getting its magic level up because I think this will be the account which alks and does stuff with magic. The miner will just be sat mining away, so we'll have an update on how that does in terms of its mining levels. And yeah, enjoying the spam of early game levels as well. So that's really, really good. So we have spent a little while at the cows and we are now at level 23 magic and 17 HP. Basically what I've been doing is just using the area loot, banking all the drops because the cow hides will come in useful for early level crafting. But we've unlocked some quests. We've unlocked Elemental Workshop 2, Enquiries Lament, In Aid of the Marquee, Watchtower and the Tale of Muspet, as well as a great big host of different abilities, different spells, different armors. But yeah, we're getting to a point now where like these cows are pretty light work for us. Believe it or not, 1000 HP level 2 cow can give you a bit of grief up until like level 20 in certain skills. But the reason we've done magic is because this is going to be the Alka account. It's going to be an account which draws in a lot of GP. I know that the smart play was to go and rush Necromancy, get Necromancy to a certain level and then go from there. But I do think, for me, I'm thinking more long-term play and we do need GP for certain things. We'll need GP for construction, building our fort out, all these different things. And the quickest way I can think of getting there is by rushing magic and then feeding this account with items elsewhere. But with magic, it can do its own combat as well. So maybe something like Green Dragons could be an option. It will give us Dragon Bones, it will give us Dragon Hides as well. We have the mining account, which has been flying, 16 mining, 14 smithing so far. And it's just starting its sort of distinct into iron. What I was thinking for that account is that at level like 35 mining, it can go and do gems in the Alkari Desert. And gems have a multiple purpose. Not only is it going to train the crafting level up, but if it's converted into jewellery, it's a really decent out price just to bring a little GP into the account. But also it will give us teleportation. We can have teleportation through crafting as well. And really it's that starter GP before we start going to other things. So it's how I'm going to do the short play way to get cash. Like, I know people can sort of get by with what they've got for a while. Obviously there's the 10k, the stronghold, which is where we're probably going to go next. I have just got members on this account because I think we've spent enough time in non-members to get where we want to. I'm not going to waste time with other skills. I'm just going to go in like voyage and find other stuff. But yeah, very happy with the progress. We're making serious moves. We will hop over to the mine account in a little bit once it's finished this little stint at iron and then walk through that plan as well. But this is going to be the main account I'm going to play on for the time being, and we're just going to keep pushing forward as well. Now, the real big problem is that I don't really think there's many things to go for like GP, like many monsters going to kill for GP at the minute, because like low level monsters don't really drop it. So I'm thinking more of the quest route next. We'll go down the quest sort valley and go for that. But we're doing good. We're doing good. I want to get farming soon. There's so many like things I want to do. I want to get farming, get the herbs moving. We'll just use one account for herb lore as well. And the other accounts maybe don't need to do like magic to start with. They can just rush necromancy because we've got that foundation. That's what I'm trying to build, is the foundation of we've got some GP. We can spend money if we need to. We're not having to like, we're not being caught out by GP. But yeah, going really good. The good thing with members is there's like items, there's DNDs, which are going to help us propel the progress of this account really, really quick. The Wicked Hood's going to be essential, which is what we're going to probably get when we hop over. But yeah, that's pretty much where we currently are. Again, 24 magic. We'll get 25 and then I'll hop. So there we go. Level 25 magic has been done. I think that is enough of cows now. So we'll just collect our last info and tend the cows. Again, pretty good. We've made 1.4k just from like coin drops from cows, which again, we can't really moan at. 18 HP, which again is just HP levels, but HP levels are good. We do need HP levels. Varrock teleport, which we're never going to need because lodestones, and free defense. Now, I'm going to go and hop over to members, and we're going to go and get crafting from there. So, just recorded a bit of an Ironman like starter video, and we have made a couple of little purchases and done a couple of little things. We are now 5 rune crafting because we now have purchased a wicked hood, but we can now go to the abyss and do water runes, which is nice. Level 5 cooking because I cooked some of the meat before going to the stronghold security, so we can do herring, chucky milk, and the pot crab from the Demonheim. Level 4 crafting because we did a daily challenge, and as you can see we can do some stuff, nothing too massive. And yeah, we've got 10k cash because we did the stronghold of security. We have the wicked hood now as well, and we've progressed quite well. The ability of having a wicked hood meant we've now unlocked the Varrock lodestone and the lodestone network, which is good. I'm just going to go and do the rest of these cow hides. I think I'm going to craft all my cow hides because I think it's worth getting the XP and then moving on to do our next thing. I'm not too sure what we're going to do next actually, but I'll use all the cow hide supply. So I'll cook all the beef, gives me a little bit of food to play with. I'll craft all the levers, again, gives me some items to sell to the store. A little bit of GP, it won't be a lot, but it'll be a nice little bit of amount to get going. And bury all the bones as well, get us a little bit of prayer XP. So yeah, we're slowly moving and progressing. And then after that, I think we'll go and do something like questy and see if we can go and get some decent rewards. But the goal at the minute is to go and get 55 mage. 55 mage gives us the ability to alch. And alching is what's going to give us a GP to start doing stuff as well. But for this account at least, 11k is enough to play around with. I've got a little magic setup going, which is good. And sort of very short-term goals at the minute are things like herblore, farming herblore, pretty short-term goals, and basically find a monster big enough to where we can kill quite comfortably and not in danger of dying, but also brings us a little bit more GP in. That's what I'm worried about at the minute, is that there's not a lot of like low-level-ish monsters which bring in like a relatively decent GP. 12 Prado, pretty good. And again, just the final bones, and then that is pretty much that done. So the leather, let's see what we can get. We'll just craft cows. So used up all the resources from Cowscape, and we've gotten 16 crafting, which is Gunner's Ground, the Giant Dwarf, Great Brain Robbery. Loads of other stuff to do, and starting to get a couple of jewelry stuff. Nothing worthwhile alching, but it's decent enough anyway. And will definitely come in use. The limestone brick is actually pretty big because that's going to help with Fort Renfrey. 17 cooking, we have recipe for disaster, another cook's quest, and defeating the colomancer. And loads of other stuff here. Again, fish, be useful, always will help. Level 12 prayer, a couple of other stuff. 2 fire making and 2 wood cutting as well. And we've got a decent stack of beef for food. And I've got all these cows, which I'm just going to go and sell to the store now, which then brings us up to a point. Now, I'm going to have a bit of a voyage around, see if we can find some monsters. So I'll come back if we find something decent. Okay, so you catch me after doing another little stint of cows. I tried to explore a couple of other monsters, but they weren't really low enough for me to do damage. Federal Mage, Rune Mechanics, Beneath Cursed Tides, Evil Days, Big Day Out. And we can also do battle staffs as well now, which is nice. We just need to work out how to get to that upgrade. But yeah, so I'm going to pretty much be grinding cows tonight to get the crafting up. Just to where we can do things like green dragon hide or some jewellery. That's going to be basically my play for the rest of today. I need to do cows. Yeah, so that's going to be my play for the rest of today. And this is going to be the end of episode 1. What I'm going to do is come back with episode 2 tomorrow. And we're going to basically run through the game plan. And that's where I'm going to have a bit more of a solid sort of foundation of where to go. Again, early game's a little bit more difficult than I thought it was. But I think if we go down the majorly quest route, the quest rewards and the quest unlocks as well is going to help us massively. Again, we have been hammering out the smithing and mining on that account as well. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with where we've got to. I don't think we'll be getting anywhere past 40 mages tonight, but I'll kill some cows, I'll craft the hides, we'll see where we get. Again, I want to try and get to 25 crafting so we can do hard leather, and then that will change up the sort of scope as well. And hopefully just by killing cows and like selling off the leather and stuff, I'll make up to like 25k GP. And then hopefully we're going for the longer play and we'll make more GP in the long run. Like I said before though, this is not the absolute like most efficient, most max one. We're vibing on this series. We're doing things, we're exploring things, and we're trying different things out as well. But yeah, level 30 mage, can't really moan. We've got a couple of other total levels as well. But tomorrow will be a very heavy quest day where I try and do like two accounts worth. And we just quest out and we see where we can get. But I'm going to hop now to the other accounts, which should hopefully appear soon. As you see, we're just smithing away. We're actually quite close to level 24. Basically, all I've done here is mining smith, only because what the plan was for this account. I've seen a moneymaker relating to mining gems in the Alkari Desert, and I'm thinking that can fund the crafting. This account can mine for gold as well, so mining can sort of funnel in a decent amount of GP, funding some alcohols as well, and just be kept doing that. Now, tomorrow, again, continuing the theme of doing quests, I'm looking at doing some quests tomorrow to help with the progression of this account. So what I'll be looking to do is things like waterfall, training the strength level just to help with the mining, because that will significantly improve it. And then we can get the third account involved as well, the second alt. And the other two people will be joining the group Ironman from sort of day 2 or 3 when they are available as well. Like I said, they have to work. I don't at the minute. So they will be involved in the content a little bit later on. But that's going to be the end of day 1. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Let me know any suggestions, any tips you've got as well. Is there some better monsters for me to go and kill? Do you have any better methods to make some GP on early game Ironman? Let me know in the comments section below, because yeah, I think at the minute we're taking any suggestion and any help we can get to try and improve the journey anyway. But thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.